Hello, farmers, and welcome back to New Hope, where we got all the lovely little horsies out here just trotting around. Well, they're not really trotting too much right now, but they're grazing in the grass anyways. Yeah, we're back here in New Hope. Last week, I updated New Hope to the new version, and that did not go so well. So I had to revert back to version, I think it's 2.0. So that is where we currently are. It's actually been almost a week since I've actually been on the map, so I had to go around and kind of figure out where the heck we were. We're going to be starting off today grabbing the telehandler and the manure bucket, and we're going to start putting some manure into the greenhouses. They're getting us a little bit low, but since I don't really have anything else to do in the month of June, because I was just checking, we're going to start off by doing that, then go on to July, where we're going to have to take care of some weeds, and of course, start building some of our housing that we're doing. Hello, Eric, John, and Coded. I'm going to call you Coded. Kel's Coded. Welcome. Yeah, we're at negative $2,000 to start the stream today, so that's always good to walk on into that. Like, okay, why am I at negative 2,000? I mean, I know I'm low on money because the minute the money comes in, I'm spending it. But why the negative? We'll be fine. And I still owe like $2.5 million on the loan or something like that. But we're doing fine. If I need stuff to sell, we got stuff to sell. All of our fields are planted. We got a cornfield over there. I'm guessing over the hill is the sunflowers. The big field, which is going to be through those trees, that's going to be poppy. And then, of course, we got a field of sorghum for the horses and chickens. You can see the lettuce is piling up as well. I'm going to try to, of course, wait until February before we sell that. A bucket load of manure in these greenhouses, one bucket, pretty much lasts about 2.5 months. So if I just get a bucket in each one right now, that's good enough. Horses are actually producing decent amount of manure. I don't think they keep up with the greenhouses yet. Or maybe they do, because it's been a while since I've actually bought manure. Haven't had to buy any for a while. Manure is cheap to buy, so... Alright, also today we're going to start the process of building the first house. We purchased the first house, but we haven't brought any material up to it yet to start building it. And again, we're going to be building a lot of constructible houses around here. I say a lot. I don't know, maybe 20. That might be too much. I don't know. And what we're going to be doing is putting down mailboxes, and we're going to be using the post office production, where we're going to be delivering mail to those houses. Hello, Branding. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Probably the best thing to do is actually just push the water tanker back a little bit. That way I know the manure gets in. All right, I'll put one more bucket in each. Oh, I didn't check on the sawmill. I gotta see how much wood is in the sawmill. May take a tractor down there, and we may cut down an oak tree and get that in there if it needs it. Yes, we should be getting to harvesting in this stream today. I would say the sorghum for sure, probably the poppy as well. Of course, none of that stuff is going to be sold. The sorghum we keep for the chickens and the horses. The poppy we'll have to keep until March. Of course, any corn, if we get to corn and sunflower harvesting today, corn gets stored, we make that into dry corn, and the sunflower we wait until, that might be March as well before that gets sold. Alright, one more bucket for now. I would like to empty out the manure out of the horse stable all completely. There's probably more here than I think there is. Every time I take a bucket, it just refills the manure pit right back up to full. Dump that into there. Let me check on the productions all together here. So, sawmill, yeah, I better get a tree in there. Just I don't want that running dry. Manure, water, manure and water, manure and water. Okay, they're all looking good in there. Oh yeah, in the cement factory, I want to make sure our stones are in there. Actually, we got the Fent is down here. We'll use the Fent to bring the trees on over. Oh, my grain trailer's down here as well. Okay, I don't remember leaving that down here, but so be it. Let's put this over here. Better move my grain trailer because that's just going to be right in the middle of my way. And do I got any stones piled up? Some, not a whole lot, but let's go ahead and activate that. Do I have any product to sell right away if I wanted to? That's a negative, Blackbird. There's no cement products, and looks like I don't really have. You know what? I got one pallet of each. I think I need one pallet of each for start building our first house. So I may bring those up, and that way we can get some construction going. I also today would like to get buy the land where the post office needs to go. So that might be doable. I think it's $50,000 for the land. The post office, I did try to fit it in that little slot right there, but then it just got too crowded. I was like, no, let's just buy this land just to our right here. It's gonna be $50,000 for that. So not too expensive. The post office is like $100 grand to put down. And then eventually I'm going to need the post office vehicle, I think, to load the mail into and deliver it to mailboxes. Alright, our lovely little oak trees here. Hello, Miles. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday from sunny Central Oregon. It's very sunny where I'm at, too, and it's also very hot today as well. At least hot for where I live. Alrighty. Let's go and load this on up. Why do my trees do that? I go to put the chain on and they bounce back about a meter or two. You'll hit 100 degrees today. Yeah, we should be in the low 90s, and that's, for where I live, that's a little bit on the toasty side. Notice when I'm on the stock check page, you always back out and go to the price page to see prices at other points. You don't have to go through that much trouble. Well, the stock page only shows you the best selling points at that current time. So if you just want to see if it's worth going to a place closer for almost the same price, I mean, if there's another way to do it, I don't know about it, but alrighty, and then slide this on into here. There, 34 should be enough, but we're going to go grab the top half of the tree, of course. I'll probably fill up the sawmill next month. Probably get a worker to do the see and spot weed spraying in the poppy field. '86 in the UK. It's just hot everywhere today. I don't want to complain too much about how hot it is, because in about 3 or 4 months' time, when it starts snowing around here, could even be sooner than that, but may start complaining how cold it is outside. Again, luckily the power lines aren't collidable. The poles are, but not the power lines themselves. Alrighty, and then there we go, 42,000 liters. That's good to get us into the next month. Let me drop this off here. Grab this trailer. I'm going to grab the pallets that are there, bring that up to our first residential house that we're building, so we can get the process started. I don't even really have a proper house for myself yet. Actually, the house I want to use for myself, other than the hut that I'm currently using, is not a constructible house. I do believe it's a house I used on Western Australia in 22. Hello, Panther Killer. Welcome. I gotta find out, because I'm getting confused, what trees I'm put the first house around. Is it this one? I think I did this last time. I found out this is not the set of trees. If it is, it's on the back side. Oh no, it is the right set. And the trigger is actually over here. Alright, so the house is underway. On the stock page, highlight the product. Down on the bottom, there's a tab that says Value at all stations. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Let me just have a look here. So we'll just do carrots. Value at all stations. Well, maybe here it's not a good one because I might only be able to sell there. If I do that, yeah, it brings it up there. Okay. So if there's only one sell point, it doesn't give you the option, but there's multiple sell points like this. It'll show it on up. So let's... Did not notice that before. Thank you. Downloaded FS22 after watching your No Man's Land series. Kind of wish that map came back, but I mean, this map here and other maps are similar to it. Alright, so I think I'm all set to go on to the month of July. Watch out, Sam. Yeah, how much is my house going to cost me if I ever do get around to putting it down? My house is $95,000. $95,000 for my house. Yep, let's just go to bed. We're all set. I think the chickens, wait, did I check on the chickens? Chickens, they should be okay. Did I take some time off of live streaming? Yeah, the end of last week, just had a lot of things going on. And just like hail, which sucks. Had a lot of things going on. So yeah, I just took some time off, which was probably good for me as well. Taking some time off from live streaming. Let's go ahead and just slide these out of the way here. And you guys still got some food. Yeah, you still guys are good on food. Actually, I say guys. It should be gals. Let's jump on... Whoop. Let's jump on down to here. Just make sure that we got... Before I do, cement building... Oh yeah, cement building still got a whole bunch of material left. Alright, get that kind of full. We got some material here, which I'm probably going to sell. And probably going to sell all that. Let's see, I don't think the house got built, not built, but done overnight. And while they got the foundation down, it needs 10,000 liters of cement bags. What? 10,000 liters of cement bags. I don't remember what house I put here. But it wants 10,000 liters of cement bags. That's ridiculous. The Deutz. Deutz will work. No, that's my baler. Did I not buy a See and Spot weed sprayer? I thought I did. How long is this hail going to hang around here? Now let's speed up time a little bit so that the hail gets the hail out of here. I mean, it's still going to damage the crop, but... Alright, there it goes. Should be pretty much over with. Yes, I do have a See and Spot weed sprayer. It's right in front of me. Well, I don't have a whole lot of herbicide. Don't think that's going to be enough to get that size of a field done. So let's grab the Fent and I guess sell almost everything. I think the cement bags I'll put aside, but everything else will sell. See if that gives me enough money to buy some herbicide. Those payments at midnight will kill me. I think it's $18,000 in loan payments. And of course, we got the horse helper. That's like $5 grand. Production cost. But man, 10,000 liters of cement bags. Hello, Crystal and FS Farmer. Welcome. Hope you both are having a good Tuesday. Cement bags. These should be cement bags. Alright, we're just going to move these over here so I don't pick them up by accident. And should have, I think, enough out of here to maybe get me in the positive on the money side. All right, to the farmer's market. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. They don't even have enough money to hire a worker. Yeah, I need money to do that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, that got me to almost -5. Why is it raining so hard when it shows sunshine? It was hailing when I got up and I fast forward time to where the forecast shows sun. But the hail is still here. That happens to me quite a bit, actually. What else can I sell this month that's not going to hurt me too much? What are the eggs looking like? I mean, I could sell the eggs. The eggs are there just because. That's $8,000 worth of eggs. Yeah, let's sell the eggs. That'll get me in the positive at least. I can buy a little bit of herbicide and get a worker going. And then I can focus on the production buildings, getting the sawmill completely full of wood. Well, actually, since I'm going up, let's grab that one pallet of cement bags. We'll drop that off at the house. Yeah, I don't want to be selling lettuce in July. That's like the worst time of the year to sell it. I mean, yeah, I know the money's there for lettuce. But if we look at the stock market page, you'll see how much lettuce. If I sold the lettuce today, $96,000. If I wait until the best price, it's $117,000. I mean, if I need the money, I'll sell the lettuce, but right now we do not need that much. Hello, Osama. Welcome. Starting to think I put this house down in the wrong spot because drop-off point's at an angle. Chickens. Chickens are down here. Having a love-hate relationship with precision farming. I get penalized for using equipment I want to use. Yeah, that's going to be the only thing. If you like to use cultivators or non-direct drills or... Yeah, it can penalize you. Well, penalize you. You're not going to get the max you possibly could. But you still should be in the positive on getting some kind of increase on the money. So again, we just got the chickens on here so we can come down, look at the lovely little swamp. Should make a crossover road to here. Gonna be making plenty of roads in the future. Yeah, I assume it's just, I mean, everything goes to the farmer's market on this map, pretty much. So after I sell this, I should be somewhere at 4,000 on the positive side of things. Even better, 4,700. Drop that off there. All right, tab up to the Deutz. We'll buy just a little bit of herbicide. used precision farming once and will never use it again on my single player. Was not a big fan of it. That's the thing. Either you like it or you don't like it at all, depending on how you want to farm. I've always enjoyed it because it's allows me to use the equipment I want to use anyways. Alrighty, we're going to hire a worker for this. Should be no crop destruction. It's only in the first growth stage. Alright, no course. But you're going to have one here in just a second, aren't you? Let's do number of headlands. I'll do 2 headlands. 3% overlap, that's fine because it's only going to spray where the weeds are anyways. The way I look at it, even with precision farming, even though you may not be able to use the equipment that you want, or if you don't want to use a direct drill or anything, you're still going to get somewhat of a bonus when you go to sell stuff. Wait, how did I just lose all that money? Vehicle running cost, minus 4,266. Did my worker fix something? Oh, I bet you my worker... Settings. Where is that course place setting? Enhanced loan, maintenance cost, AI workers. General settings? Not under general settings. Gameplay. No, that's for that. I know there's a course play setting, and the worker will fix it if it gets down to a certain amount, and I don't know where that setting is. Well, of course. Is there anything else I would want to sell? Wood chips are a bad time. Well, I guess I could just take care of that later on. See what happens. Let's jump back into the Deutz. And we'll go cut down some trees. Let's see, how many trees do I need in my sawmill currently? Looks like just 1 tree will do it. Yeah, I gotta find the setting for course play so my workers don't fix the vehicles when they wear down to a certain point. Alrighty. Almost getting to the end of our first row. And I said when I get to the end of the first row, that's when I'll start replanting trees, although I just want to stay ahead of the curve on the sawmill. I don't want to get to a point where I feel like, oh, I got plenty of trees, and then I plant them too late, and then I don't have any full-size grown trees to put into the mill. Right there's good. Hello, Anita. Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Grab you. Ah, the tree didn't bounce back the meter like it usually does. Built your level 11 in Supermarket and Farming Simulator. Just to know that you reached level 70 on your other one, that's just kind of crazy to me. Your feathers are ruffled because of the crazy environmental score system. I mean, precision farming falls into the way I like to play the game anyway, so it works out well for me. I know there's like a lot of people out there that play the game that don't like using direct drills. They like going out and cultivating a field and then drilling a field. It does get me a little bit currently in FS25 because of direct drills. Yeah, we really don't have that many options well, there's a decent amount out there, but I would like to see more. And yes, I know there's a mod out there that'll make any drill a direct drill. Alright, let's go grab the top half of this tree, and then I guess I'll just jump into the doits and we'll take care of the weeds ourselves. Won't take me that long, probably like 5 or 10 minutes. I think all the way back in FS13 did not take me long. Once I realized with a direct drill I didn't have to cultivate a field, and ever since FS13 I was like, why would I cultivate when I can just use a direct drill to do both? So we're kind of the opposites, but we all have those jobs that we like to do and jobs that we don't like to do. Alright, swing this around here. May not even take this. May not be enough space. Nope. Well, it can stay there and it'll go in the next day. Then drop this off here. Might as well leave the fence down here, I guess. Alright. And away we go on killing some weeds. Actually, one job I don't like to do, but I always have it activated, is lime spreading. Don't really enjoy doing that job too much. So our lovely little field of poppy that may not look like a great crop currently, but in a couple months' time, this will be a nice sea of red. And of course, when it comes to harvesting and selling it, that's when we're going to do rather good. We should have about $250,000 worth of poppy once we harvest this field. Glad you don't play this game. Again, the great thing I always find about Farming Simulator is there's a lot of options, and you can turn most of the options on or off, so you can play the game as you want to. I mean, you can pretty much turn most of the farm work off, and you can get right into this plant harvest if you want to. So right now we're just going around our poppy field and spraying herbicide, killing off the weeds. And once this is done, all of our fields are pretty much set for harvest season, which is just around the corner. When I mean just around the corner, we'll probably just go right on after doing this. We'll probably skip the month of August. Well, I mean, we'll go to the month of August, but just make sure all of our production buildings and animals are all set. And then we'll go right to September, where the sorghum, and I do believe the poppy field will be ready also, or is poppy in October? You'll stick to the truck sims. I was kind of happy to get my cruising Iowa done in the last episode. Although my last episode of ATS had to record that twice. Don't know why my first my first attempt, I had no audio when I recorded that, even though my recording software showed I was getting audio. That was kind of weird. But I did get rid of the blue flickering lights in the cities of Iowa. Looks like updating my graphics card did the trick. I did see the last time I updated my graphics card was almost 8 months ago. So yeah, that 2,700 liters of herbicide we got, that's going to last me quite a while. Farmer Noel, welcome back to the Unsalted Club. Very much appreciated and very generous of you for being a member for 8 months now. 8 months. Thank you once again, and hopefully you're having a good Tuesday. Well, we almost made it around the field once. That's how big the field is. At some point, I may divide this field. As I was saying, Crystal, in a couple more months, I'll probably be complaining about, oh no, there's snow in the forecast and all that kind of stuff. Fall is not that far around the corner. Fall or autumn, however you want to call it where you're from. One thing I also do like about precision farming is the way the weeds are integrated into the field. It's not like in the base game where you get weeds. It's just like weeds everywhere. It's kind of spread around in precision farming to make it more realistic. At least where I'm at, even though it's like going to be in the low 90s today, when nighttime comes, the temperatures do drop, usually into the 50s. Yeah, so even though I kind of want to get the land purchased, say, for the post office, I don't think I'll get enough money for the post office to be put down. But if we can at least buy the land for the post office, that'd be nice. Although I really don't have anything to sell other than the sawmill and cement productions. But at the same time, we got to build that house, so whatever the house needs, the house gets, and whatever's left over, that's what we sell. It's going to be the winter months when we get to that, because we'll have a good stockpile of lettuce by that point. We'll have this poppy, and then all the other stuff that we're selling. I mean, last winter I purchased a lot of stuff. I mean, the cement production we got up and running last time, so that was like $1 million worth. Yeah, no need to apologize if you don't like the game. I mean, that's not going to be for everyone. Nothing wrong if you don't like a certain type of game. We all have the games that probably people look at us and like, why do you play a game like that? What's fun? Some people don't see fun in the games that we play, but as long as we have fun playing the games that we do, that's all that matters. I mean, the game I was playing yesterday, there were some people saying, "What, messaging me after? Why are you playing a game like that for?" To me, I mean, Train Station Project yesterday was fun. I do play a lot of games I get given keys to. I play them at night after a stream or something, and there's some games I just play. I'm like, yeah, this game's no fun. And then when the game comes out, I see the sales do pretty decent. It gets good reviews, but I just didn't have fun playing a typical game. Wow, I'm overlapping quite a bit here. I'm reading chat more than I'm watching what I'm doing. Now there's some games like John just said, he likes watching but not playing. There are a lot of games that I like watching people play, but I know I could not play because either I'm not good at it or I don't have the patience to play it, but I like watching other people play it. Hello, Pig. How are you doing? I like that. I like your name and how you just trim it on down for us. Perfectly imperfect gamer. I think most of us probably fall under that category. Well, the good thing about every time I go around the field, the radius of the field is getting smaller and smaller. Valheim and Kenshi are both so addicting to me. Valheim, I know. Kenshi, I've heard of it, but I just don't remember what that game's even about. I'm not doing too bad for a Tuesday, Pig, but thank you for asking. Might be missing some weeds here and there, but overall we'll get the field almost weed free. So yeah, originally I was going to have a worker, courseplay worker do this, but I kind of forgot about the settings that courseplay workers will fix your equipment and vehicles if they get down to a certain limit, and apparently I was past it, probably on this sprayer, because I bought the sprayer used. I don't think I fixed it yet. And, well, they took all the cash that we had and then some to fix it. So now I am out here doing the weed spraying. Which is fine, because I really didn't have that much to do on getting the production buildings up and going where they need to be. What am I enjoying and not enjoying about FS25? Well, the thing, it's not just on FS25, but in general, what I like about the game is the amount of options and mods that we have to allow us to play the game as we want to in single player mode. I mean, if you're playing on multiplayer, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, but at least in single player, you have the option of turning so many things on or off and doing and playing the game as you want. And the game has come so far since I started playing it back in FS13. We have a lot of options. As we were talking about earlier, precision farming. Some people, don't prefer it. I do prefer it. Some things I'm not enjoying. I mean, other than the issues that Giants had when the game got released and how long it has taken to get some of the issues fixed. But, I mean, there isn't that much in the game that I say I don't really like. I mean, if I don't like it, then I don't use it. Or turn it on, or or whatever. Again, the options of be able to turn things on or off. The only thing I wish Giants would do, because I ran into this problem last week, but then again, it's a little bit my fault because I've always said to do this, is I updated this map because the map had an update. And it didn't really say a new save was required. It said it was recommended, but not required. And I logged in, and the terrain on the map changed completely, and most of my buildings were underground. So I had to go to a third-party website to find the 2.0 version of this map to re-download the zip file, so I didn't have to redo everything. But usually I tell people, oh, you should always make a backup file of your mods in case the updated version is not what you want, because you can't just go on Giant's website or the mod hub and download an older version of a map or whatever. You have to go and get yourself one on the third-party website. I think I've only used about 100 liters of herbicide in this field so far. How's the weather on the East Coast? Well, as of talking earlier, it sounds like a lot of other people. It's hot. It's a little toasty. I'm starting to second guess about getting some air conditioning from my house, because usually where I live, air conditioning, maybe you need it for about, I don't know, a handful of days a year. So it's not really worth getting, in my opinion. But since I started streaming last fall, this is actually my first summer where I'm streaming, sitting next to a gaming PC when it's already 90 degrees in your room, gets a little warm. I'll probably have a hard think over the winter time, like, should I get some AC for next year? And I'll talk myself out of it, because at the time it'll be middle of winter. I mean, it'll be like 0 degrees outside. I'm like, who cares? And then next summer will come and I'll complain how hot it is again. Alright, this should be the last pass, I think. We'll have a look at the map and we'll see if I got most of it, which I'm sure I did. There might be a weed or two somewhere that I may have missed. All right, let's check the mini map out and see how it looks. Yeah, a couple tiny little spots, but overall, this farmer's going to call it good. We squeeze this in here somewhere. Now, eventually the farmyard is going to have more sheds into it, just that financially not quite where I need to be. Do I need to feed the chickens? I think the chickens are only using about 2,000 to 3,000 liters per month, so they're fine. How many chickens we got laying eggs currently? Alright, so we got 600, pretty soon 800, and eventually those will get there as well. Yeah, I think we're all set. So we topped off the sawmill. Greenhouses are all fine. Corn, we're still drying some corn from the previous year. Cement is doing cement stuff. As the chickens are fine. The horses, man, they still got 30,000 liters of manure in there. They're all fine. I think we're all set. No sense of checking the sales page because, well, if you don't got the money. So we're at negative 2,500, soon to be negative 25,000. User control in ATS, but since you got the wheel, you haven't looked back. When I first started playing, all my ETS2 driving days, I did it with mouse and keyboard. And then when ATS came out, I got myself a wheel. And yeah, going back to mouse and keyboard, that would kind of suck. Sorghum. What, is that actually ready this month? I thought sorghum was September. Well, sorghum is ready. That's good news. Very good news. We'll get that harvested. Sunflowers, as we can see, those will be ready in October. And, of course, the corn around the corner, that will be ready in October. And the poppy is going to take a minute. Yeah, let's get a worker. Oh, I can't get a worker. I don't have no money. So we'll have to do the harvesting myself, which is not too bad of a thing to do. Now let's get our 9X John Deere Combine. X9, it's X9. I always put the number before the letter. My grain trailer is down at the sawmill. So I have to get that up here. So we'll get started on the harvest. And then when the combine gets full, we'll zip on down to where the fence is. And we'll probably sell all the sawmill stuff and everything but cement bags from the cement production. Alright, fold up the header. No, I said fold up the header. There we go. And of course with sorghum, no straw. So it should be chopped. Is my field going to need any lime this year? Or how's that looking? Wait, no data found? What? Oh, it's going to be after harvest. Got to do soil sampling after harvest. So it's going to be fine for the harvest. But after the harvest, it's going to need to be resampled. I don't have the bug of... Nope, we can see the crop in the combine. Okay. I do own the soil sampler, so I'll just have to go around and do some soil sampling. Yeah, I just got the combine to see if I needed to put some lime down, but we're not going to know until we resample the fields. Sam is over here checking out the sorghum himself. Watch out, dude. So now that, because now we own the planter. I don't own a seed drill, but we own the planter. May start thinking about doing some different type of crops. I would like to get into cotton, but that just gets to be rather expensive. But if I were to do cotton, I probably would get what's it called? Granny's knitwear, like I use on Dark Forest. That did pretty well. So the sorghum is for the chickens and the horses. Gotta see how I'm doing on the feed. If we got a lot of feed, then maybe next year I won't need to plant a crop for the animals. I can just put something else in this field I can make some money off of. Well, I mean, I'm making money off of sorghum in a way. We're making some eggs and we're raising horses. Turn off the header. Actually going to turn off the combine altogether. Alright, where is... Well, first let's get rid of this tree into the mill. That should be accepted. There we go. So the cement production is making a pallet of each per day. I honestly thought the cement production on Riverbend Springs was faster than this. Part of me may get or activate the productions mod where I can increase the productions. But I may only use it for the cement production. That's only going to produce a pallet a day of each. I think on Riverbend Springs I was getting maybe 2 to almost 3 pallets per. Probably 2 pallets each. So the cement bags, that needs to go up to the house that we're constructing. A little bit more wood to sell today, although the previous month I brought some up for the house. Well, got us above 0. For a little bit anyways. So the good thing is the sawmill and the cement production can pretty much even out our deductions at midnight, being the loan payment, production costs, and all that. Meanwhile, we can stockpile the lettuce for the best time of the year. I think I'll have to do something. It'll be Christmas before you get the post office. In game, it'll be Christmas. The upcoming winter in the game, yeah, we'll have more than enough money to get the post office and many other things going. By the time I get to February, we're going to have like $300,000 worth of lettuce. The poppy, of course, will get like $250,000, so the money is on the farm, just not the best time to be selling a lot of it. So like if we go to my stock market page, you can see currently I got $323,000 worth of stuff I could sell, but it's just only going to increase with time. Hello, Lisa and Oregon Trees Gaming. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. And Farmer Brian, welcome as well. All right, let's cut right up the field here. So at least now I got some money to do some soil sampling. I mean, I don't got a whole lot, but I don't think this field's going to cost me $2,500 for soil sampling. So yeah, I'll have to see after I get done harvesting this field, kind of calculate how much we got, and maybe next year just maybe plant. If I don't need to make food for the horses and chickens, maybe do a big sunflower field. Although I should top off our chickens with this, the first trailer I get will go down and top off the chickens. Looks like we did get a lot of hail damage in this field. Still haven't had a tornado yet on this map. At least not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I'm thinking I could put some flowers in this field next year. Maybe have like the smaller fields. Maybe I'll throw like oats into it. So I think I got enough stockpiled now for the animals. That's a mod I do miss currently from 22 is the food calculator mod, which would show you how much food each pen or stable, how much food they would consume in a year. I mean, you can do the math yourself, but who wants to do that? Oh, that bug came back right away where we can't see the crop inside the combine. Lovely. Is there signs of 1 on the PDA? Not sure what you're asking there, Crystal. Unless I missed something in chat, but is there signs of 1 on the PDA? Signs of 1 what? So it should show me on the PDA at least of where I need to soil sample it. So if I go to precision farming and if I go to, well, pH, but if I go to nitrogen, you can see all the blackness peeling out up. Oh, of tornadoes. The only way, I mean, the only way you can really tell if a tornado's been there if you haven't been paying attention is if you saw trees, if a tornado went through where trees were, they'd be knocked in half. You can see a lot of the map, there's not many trees around. And I don't think it shows you in the stat page if he had twisters either. Who uses the post office nowadays? Most of today's generation sends digital birthday and Christmas cards to one another. Come on, Brandon. You were here yesterday, weren't you, when you saw me using the post office on the train station project? A lot of people were using that post office yesterday. As far as I can see on the map when I look around, I haven't seen any trees sliced in half, so I don't think we've gotten a tornado. And I've gotten a tornado on every map I've been on. A lot of tornadoes on a couple of maps. I think Fresh Stocks is the only one where we got like one tornado and that was it. Penier map, for the short time I was there, it seemed like I got a lot of tornadoes on that one. Can I get this in one pass? Man, not quite. I have a row of shame. That does give me an idea, after you mentioned the post office. Someone should come up with a post office simulator. It is amazing how many simulated games are out there now. River Bend, we got a lot of tornadoes. Yeah, and some of those tornadoes were even spawned. Actually, out of all the tornadoes I've had in FS25, only one of them I lost crop on, and it wasn't even that much, because it just barely nicked the field. But tornadoes have not caused me issues as of yet. GPS don't give Rose a shame. Yeah, I know, I don't use GPS. I mean, sometimes they do give you... I mean, sometimes GPS will give you a small row to do. But yeah, GPS is more efficient. Look at all that beautiful crop inside that combine. I think it'll all fit in the trailer. I think I can get 3 trailer loads in the, sorry, 3 combine loads in the trailer. So this field here, this is the original field that is on the map. Haven't expanded this field or anything. I think the field's big enough. The other fields we have created ourselves. 2 small ones. That was the early days. And of course now we got the huge poppy field. I didn't unload into the silo, so that theory is debunked. Yeah, I have no idea what causes the crop to not show up in the combine. The first combine load, it was there. All I did was unload into the trailer, and then that was it. So yeah, I'm not sure what is causing this issue. I don't know if it's still on Giant's list to look at, or is it a mod that's causing it. And of course, sometimes it could be a combination of mods that are causing it, so I'm not sure. Just got to make sure that, keep my eye on the bottom right hand corner. So I'm so used to this, keeping my eye on the combine, and when the grain level gets kind of near the top, it's like, yeah, it's almost full. So I'm guessing if this field needs soil sampling, I'm guessing all the other ones will. And if I'm going to do one, I'll probably just do them all. So actually, for as much hail as we got in the past season, I didn't really get that much hail damage. I'm not really sure how it's coded in the game when you get a hailstorm, how the game determines where the hail damage will occur. Alright, we're just about full. Don't know if I'll get to the end of this row or not. Yeah, strange things can happen when mods start rewriting XML files. But usually the XML file should only, in theory, be for that particular mod it's written for. But as we know, that's not always the case. Alright, let's go top off the chickens with some feed. And I'll see if the horses, exactly what their ratio of food is. I may just dump the rest into the horses. I really haven't had a major issue with mods conflicting with one another. I mean, I think I've had a couple, but it was pretty obvious when it happens right away that you can't use mod A with mod B. It doesn't happen that much as it used to in previous versions of FS. So it may not look like it, but we got almost 900 chickens in this little pen. All right, and for the horses, hey, I think I'll just top them off with what I got left. Horses don't go to the feed that much. I think the chickens like it down here by the swamp to get more insects to nibble on. Okay, it doesn't happen in FS, but in real life they probably would enjoy it. Yeah, I still haven't picked up my hay bales that we made last stream. And if you're wondering about the horses, it's going to be a while before we can sell them. Got a ways to go. Actually, I don't think we actually have any adult horses yet. I think they're all still... Well, no, we may have 8 horses now that may have reached adulthood. Well, so far, the sorghum off this field is already accounted for by going into the trough. Actually, how much do I have in storage? Let's see. Oats. I have 57,000 liters of oats still in storage. And sorghum, I got 68,000 liters. I'm thinking next year we can probably bypass putting down oats or sorghum and putting down a crop where we can sell. I would like to do soybeans, but soybeans, again, cause an issue with precision farming because they don't require nitrogen. But then that hurts you when you go to harvest because then precision farming sees no nitrogen in the field. So it gives you a 0 score on that, which kind of sucks. Unless they have fixed that issue, and I don't know it, because I just... With precision farming through the years now, I have not done soybeans for that reason. Wait, did I just... I don't know why it just hit me, but did my precision farming score say 87? 89. Why is this... why am I getting a 54 in that field? No nitrogen, or... Is it because I cut the meadow grass? Why is it 67 in that field? That should be the same as this one. I'm not saying because it's one field, but we take care of this field as we take care of that one, so these scores should be the same. Ugh. Yeah, I think there's still some bugs in precision farming. If you've been following along on the Shamburgo map, my recorded series, I have issues every once in a while with precision farming on that one, where the scores don't seem to be keeping track of themselves too well. So yeah, it looks like, obviously we're going to get this field harvested this stream. I think we'll probably get the poppy field harvested. And we'll have to see how we're doing on time. The corn and sunflowers, those fields are so small. Might be able to rip through those too. Of course, we have to get to September. So yeah, I don't think I'll be planting any fall crops unless I want to do a wheat or barley field. So other than maybe prepping the field for planting next year, like maybe lime, I think we're going to be pretty much all set. And I feel like I just did lime not long ago. Did I make it to the end of the row? Probably not. But close enough. 16.2 is the max on this? Yeah, 16.2. This looks weird, not having the crop showing inside the combine. Again, if you run into this problem and you want to see the crop, just save your game, go back to the main menu, reload the save game, and you should be able to see it. Again, I have no idea what causes this issue. Been an issue for me going way back to Riverbend Springs. This harvest is almost complete. Probably in about 5 minutes we'll be done. Some of those issues can be part of the map. Don't know what... I've been talking about a lot of issues, but if you're talking about precision farming, about the scoring, I'm having a problem on Shamburgo. And as for the crop and the combine, who knows? That, like I said, that's gone way back to Riverbend Spring for me. I'm trying to remember if I had it on Riverview where the crop didn't show up in the combine. And the reason why I'm saying Riverview, I'm trying to think that was... I can't remember if I used... I don't know if I used Omatana's silo on that map or not. Because some thought it was her silos causing the issue at one point. And I like her silos. I like the way they look. And the fact that, of course, they can store just about anything. The zebra stripes in the field, that is a bug caused by fertilizing the field. Now, I can't test it on this here, but the update to the map, which is like version 2.1 or whatever it is, that was supposed to be addressed and fixed when fertilizing. See the yield in the field as we go along. We can see the yield in the fields all the way across. The poppy field has a really bad section. What kind of soil do I got over there? Because it's like this section right here is really, really bad. But that's the thing on maps like this. Unlike Shamburgo, where the fields are, you can roughly see what the expected yield is on those type of fields. Here, since there are no fields and you're creating your own, you don't know what the yield potential is going to be until you plow it yourself and find out. I tend to pick maps like that, like Dark Forest, where it's a forestry map, this map here, where it's create your own fields. probably get one more combine load out of here and then a little bit extra. I end up with another row of shame, then I'll shame myself to a corner. But I usually end up with a row of shame at the end of this field anyways. I can get another pass in. Actually, I should be able to get 2 more passes in. Just about. Been a very good combine for the series. We actually got lucky on day 1. Checked the sale page and this was in it. I want to say it was like 55% off. So we haven't needed to upgrade a combine since we've been here. The area of modern maps, because of testing PF, has issues. Not like base game maps. Well, not all maps are PF ready. You can still use precision farming on those maps, but not all maps, unless they really say PF ready. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, you can always have a problem on a modern map because you never know exactly what they did to the map itself. But since the only base game maps we got are Riverbend, Hutin Pentai, and Zelonki, or Zelonka? Zelonka. Currently, I mean, I've had my fill of Riverbend because we spent 12 years in that map. Hutin Pentai, I just cannot get myself wanting to go on that map. Zelonka, I did not like it in 22. But I could use that map for some ideas that I have, but I'm not going to rush to it either. Then I already forgot the name of the map coming out in November. right, chickens and horses should be happy. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna have pigs here. We've already done. We did pigs on fresh stocks. Did I not put the auger out? I did not. Well, we all know I just gotta pull up right up to the header, and that's where it's gonna be. At least it's not a row of shame. We just got one more pass to do, and we should be all set there. Yeah, I don't think I have any... Wait, I was checking... No, not cement. Sawmill. Yeah, that's fine. That is looking fine. Yeah, so productions are all good. The animals are all good. So when I'm ready, we can move on to September. Also, at some point, would like a fuel station up here. That way I don't have to drive all the way down to town to refuel things. I could get the gas tanker in the shop and fill it up and bring it up, but we got plenty of options to put down a fuel tanker up here, then buy fuel, and that way I don't have to go to town. Tractors are not a big problem. It's when the combine needs fuel. I still haven't bought the wash station that I want to give a try. Not sure the combine will go through it. So this will be used next in the poppy field in October. So we'll get this all set up and ready to go. Hello, Luke. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Appreciate you dropping on in for a bit. In storage you go. Yeah, I don't think there's any crops I'm going to be planting in the fall, so I don't have to get right to that soil sampling. So, barley, canola. Well, I could plant canola, but I think that needs to be done in a drill, not a planter. Yeah, I think it's a drill for canola, right? I'll just check my planter, see if that does it, but I don't think it does. Nope. No surprise there. So I don't want to lease a drill just to plant in canola. Bring this up here. And yeah, I think September we're just going to zip right on through. So I'm going to be like real negative into the money when we wake up in October. And a long snooze. Go to bed at 10:30 in the morning and wake up next day at 8. Oh, no more space for eggs. Let's just jump down here. Kind of forgot about you guys with your eggs. May have to remind myself to do that once a month. There you guys go. Or gals. There is our sea of poppy. Looking lovely, but we're not going to get to enjoy it too long. Because we're not going to be here in the month of September for very long at all. Matter of fact, like I said, not really much to do here. Let me just double check on the sawmill. Yeah, that's good. Cement factory. Actually, I probably should make sure all the stones are in until that's full. And that's not backing up because it might be. Yeah, our debris crusher's keeping up with stones and then some. So am I just getting 1 pallet per month? I am. Actually, that's kind of weird. We got 2 things of cement, which is good. That need to be brought up to our house, or our first house that we're building. And yeah, let me just see. The chickens are going through about 5,000 liters of feed per month. So they're good for about 4 months if I top them off. Horses shouldn't have to worry about. Although our horses, oh, they are reproducing. So, yeah, when our horses get up to 17,000, that's when we sell them. So they got a ways to go, of course. They'll have to be moved into our other pen when they get ready to have offspring. I got food in that one, right? Yes, I do. I got food in that one for when they do move over. But overall, we should be good to zip on to another harvest month. I'll probably sell some products, that way our money won't be looking as bad. It's going to say like negative 45,000 here in just a second. See, productions, animals. Yeah, we should be all set. Just sleep. Don't need to check the sale page because I don't have the cash. Hopefully it's not raining first thing. And I hear rain. Alright, rain's gone. The poppy is ready. I think the corn might be ready, but I don't think the sunflower will be. No, sunflower's not ready, corn's not ready. So we wait another month on that so I can lease it, because I don't have a corn header. I'm going to have to lease it. So we'll wait another month until the sunflower is ready, and then we'll do both those fields together. So just a poppy this month will be dealt with. Let me just visit the chickens. How much eggs did you guys... Yeah, so they go about a month on their eggs. So once a month I gotta just take care of this. We'll put this back in here. Alright, let's jump into, well, this combine here. I can't really hire a worker. Actually, is the forecast going to be good? I'll fast forward so we get a little bit more daylight. Yeah, the rest of the month looks wonderful, so let's just make sure that sun comes up over the horizon. We'll do a little bit of harvesting, and then we'll go sell some of the products to help our money situation. And also on this crop here, no swath, I don't think. Nope, no swath. So, no straw. So the only thing we're going to be able to do with poppy is to store it until next spring and then sell it at this peak time. And we should get about $250,000 worth of poppy off of this field. What I'm hoping that happens, because we just saw our environmental score bonus, when I get to the other side of the field, I'm hoping that that score resets in that field. And I want to get that done before I start selling some stuff, because that I may get an extra 1 or 2% on selling items. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to be able to see this crop in the combine either. At least by not having a swath for straw, I should be getting a slight bonus for mulching. So the Fent, I'll be using the Fent on the grain trailer and probably use the Deutz, and we'll go down and sell the wood products, and then any cement bags, which I think we had 3 pallets, might have 4 soon. We'll bring that up to the house so the house can get, well, it's not going to get to the next step because I think I needed 10,000. I think I've only brought up 1 pallet so far. So it's got a ways to go. So we'll see once I get into the other plot of land if my score goes up. And get the auger ready. Always at the opposite end. You have over 2,200 hours in FS. You do sleep now and then, right? I have no idea how many hours I got. I don't think I'm even at 1,000 yet. I mean, I might be. I really don't have an idea, but, but now you're going to make me want to check. Yeah, now I got to check. No, I don't even have 1,000 hours on FS myself. Yes, my score in this field. How are we doing on the score now? There we go. Back up to 97. That brought my score back up to 95. Much better. 14% bonus than selling items. That's better. That's what I wanted to do before I sold all the stuff at the sawmill. Man, I thought I played this game a lot, but you guys are coming with hours more than double than me. I'm actually surprised though, Crystal, with Farming and Supermarket Simulator. I thought they said an update like every month or so. So, might be kind of close to another update for that game. Which I'm nowhere near ready for because I don't have a stockpile of money to just go ahead and make a quick 20-30 minute video if they do have an update. But man, you guys, I don't even have 1,000 hours on this yet. I think it said like 880 hours I got. What would be interesting though, if Steam somehow, maybe they do this and I don't know this, if they had a way to calculate how many hours you played in total games, so that they added all your games together. Because like I said, I do play a lot. I get, you know, which is kind of nice. I get given a lot of keys to some games. And I play a lot of games that, of course, I don't make videos on or live stream or whatever because I just either don't, they're not my type of game or they got problems. But I play a lot of hours on games that I never really showcase or show off. It would be kind of interesting to see how many hours in games I play in total. You had almost 4,000 hours on FS22, only played for a year and a half. Do you leave the game running at night when you go to bed, or what? You got 3,400 hours on ETS2, but at least that game's been out for 13 years? 15 years, maybe? So, I mean, yeah, over... Oh, crap. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's like, I'm nowhere near full. No, because the crop is not showing up. You are full, sir. I don't think there's any game out there that I have 2,000 hours on. Well, at least that I can remember. Well, there might be one game, but that was not through Steam, but that's World of Tanks. I used to be heavy into World of Tanks back in the early days. When the game came out in 2010 to about 2015, I played a lot of World of Tanks. But then that game didn't go the way I liked it seeing going, so I converted over to simulators a little bit. And now here I am. Alright, we're going to get this unloaded. We're going to grab the Deutz. I'm going to head on down to the sawmill and the cement factory, grab that stuff, sell it, make our bank account look a little bit better than what it looks like right now. There's my Deutz. I think my trailer should be still down at the sawmill. Don't think I brought it back here. Just have a little cooking and cleaning to do every day, and playing my games disabled and can't do a whole lot of anything else. Nothing wrong with playing games all day long, because that's what I do. It's all I do. I don't know how I tell people, because they kind of look at me funny. It's like, oh, I gotta go get work done. Like, oh, what do you gotta do? It's like, I gotta go play video games, because that's my job. Play video games for a living. Hello, Bob. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday and you've been well. Alrighty, let's, well, we got a little bit more stuff down here, which is good. Cement bags to the side. And this time we got a lot of sawmill stuff, which is good to see. I was going to say, this is going to stack weird, isn't it? Come on, get that last pallet. There we go. Alright, I feel good. This will get us back above zero, right? I think I got enough here to get us $44,000. Nice. Back up to 12 grand. How's the house building getting on? Our first house is... It's got the foundation. It's a slow process on the first house. Cement production seems slower than I remember it being on Riverbend Springs. And that's where we're going to right now, is to the house, deliver some more cement bags. Get the construction workers back underway. All right, might as well leave that right here. So we do got the foundation in. Yeah, they needed 9,000 liters more of cement bags. I brought up 3. But of course, what I need to work on as well is I was kind of hoping today to buy the land for the post office, but since I'm not really selling anything this time of the year, other than just keep selling the sawmill and cement production stuff to keep our head above water, not really making a whole bunch of cash until wintertime before we can get the post office really up and going. Actually, I could hire a worker for this field, and I could go do sawmill stuff, production stuff. Let me just see how much the sawmill... Yeah, let's go ahead and... Do I already have a course set up for this field? I do, so you should be able to almost take off right from here. Of course, I did the headland, so I might get a little bit left over on the side. So again, the poppy we are harvesting and keeping until March. Now we'll go unload the combine. At least now with money in the bank account, we can get ourselves a worker, and that way I don't have to harvest this field myself. This is a field of poppy. lovely for our worker to stop and let me unload. Who's actually working in the combine? Ah, Francine. Francine's usually pretty good. Alright, park right over here. Leave the engine running. So we'll grab the Deutz. Might as well bring this back. We'll go grab the winch for wood. And we'll start bringing some trees to the sawmill. But yeah, we're harvesting poppy, which is a modded crop that's available on this map. Pays pretty well. That's why we got a big field of it. Yeah, poppy, you just missed it. And the month before harvest, it flowers and it's red. But when it's ready for harvest, that's what it looks like. Get that stone into the cement mixer or cement production. All right, 2 trees is what we need. Yeah, really not going through the trees as fast as I thought we would, which is a good thing, I suppose. But we are getting down to the end of the first row. Oak trees are the best trees to plant to grow for a sawmill. I think these took less than 2 years to fully grow. And the trees do supply a good amount of wood. Right, 1 tree and the second tree. Probably should have checked. I think dry corn might be a good thing to be selling this time of year, or could be wrong on that. I thought dry corn was good in September. I know it's October, but alrighty. Why do my logs do that? Is it just me? Is it Control J to wheel it on in? Forgot what button is to wheel it on in. Control K and M. Gotta get around the stump that I left. I don't think Control M is doing anything. I don't think that's doing anything either. Let me go unload the combine, because that's key to keep that going. It's like the worker's not missing a whole lot from me doing the first headland and then them doing the second one. So right now our combine does have the bug where it's not showing the grain in it. So it may look like it's empty, but it's really not. Don't want to destroy my own crop, but it's just a little bit. Alright, combine's pretty much empty. Let's go and load this into the silo, go back down to the Deutz, get that wood inside the sawmill. I'm kind of curious though. This field I would assume needs soil sampling as well, you would think. Apparently it doesn't, but yeah, we'll do them all together. Yeah, usually I should have the Fent on this. It has a little bit more horsepower to drag these type of trees, but the Deutz does a decent job at it. So I don't think I'll get up enough money today to buy the lot for the post office, which is 50 grand. You're going to hit the fuel station. No. Okay, you didn't hit the fuel station. Not sure how, but you didn't hit the fuel station. But the road sign, you did. This is why I don't want the cable that long, but for some reason it won't pull in. Maybe the tree's too heavy for the cable to winch in. Hopefully it's in the trigger. Yes, it is. Ignore my tractor up on the mill at the sawmill. Let's try to get the cable a little shorter this time, but I don't know why every once in a while, well, it's more than once in a while, I go to latch onto the tree with the cable and the tree jumps back about a meter or two. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's like the tree does not want to be attached to the cable. It's like, no. Leave me alone. Meanwhile, the harvest should be going smoothly. Again, for the post office, the only thing I'm going to have to do to get mail is to deliver water to the post office, of all things. And it'll produce mail for us, and we'll deliver it to mailboxes at the houses that we are building. Combine needs to be unloaded, but we'll get this, since we got forward momentum, we'll get this tree into the mill. Alrighty, collect that. Okay, let's get into you. So far currently on Poppy, if we look at our stock market page, we got $68,000 worth of Poppy. So far. We're just barely getting started. Lettuce, how's that price doing? Man, the price of lettuce is terrible. But we almost got $250,000 worth of lettuce sitting around. Just seeing what else is looking good. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about wood chips, but we'll have some wood chips to sell in December. Right, park that over here, and then back into the Deutz. And we'll get the top half of the trees. I wonder if I can grab both of these. How much does this one weigh? 3.2 and 4. I think I can drag both of these. If this was close enough. I think they just won't get close enough. It's not going to work. Alright. The limbs are just getting each other's way. Or they can entwine to one another. Ah, nah, they let go. Weight-wise, we should have been able to haul both. I just, unless I cut all the limbs off. Yeah, this is going to bounce around going through town, won't it? Alright, sneak that in here. Of course, when I say sneak, I mean cram it in. Now this top half of this tree might be a little bit too much for the sawmill to accept, but at least they'll be there. My trees just like this to jump back. Maybe I'm just too close to the winch when I attach it and the game doesn't like it. All this open land, and one day, I don't know how many houses we're going to be able to build, but I think at the beginning of the stream I said I would like to have at least 20 houses, but the first one's taking a while to get to. hello, Lindsay. The map is New Hope. Yep, the combine needs to be unloaded. Just want to get this tree to the mill. Oh no. Alright, come back in a second. We'll get that. There's this. Because I am, you know, Francesca or Francine, whoever said it was, they are charging me for harvesting. And this is what I do like about courseplay. Even though the auger was on the wrong side, courseplay moves over. I think New Hope is... Oh, that's a good question. I forgot. Let me just double check here. So you go to mods. I thought it was for all platforms. It's available for all platforms. It says PC back, PS5 and Xbox. So yeah, it's available for all platforms. Now let's go unload this. The house that we're currently building, that's for the village. The house I'm going to be end up using if I ever get there is just a placeable house, not a constructible. Alright, more goodies to sell in the, well, I almost said wintertime, but poppy is more in the springtime. Well, we are here. We'll unload what the combine does have. Again, we can't see the crop in the combine because it's bugged out again today. That should be good enough. Do we still have Sam? Yep, Sam has been with us on every live stream series that we do. I don't know where he currently is, but he usually roams around that field, between that field and over to here. I don't know where he is. I'll feed him though, because I don't think I've fed him yet today in the stream at all. So he's around somewhere. He does like hanging around over here, actually, but yeah, he's around. I don't know where he is currently. He's around. Alright, so my tree was stuck, and all I did was teleport back, and now the tree's not stuck. Go figure. That may not be in the trigger. Now it is. Oh, it did take it. 49,999. It seems like it was the perfect measurement, or I may have got gypped out of a few liters being missing. The poppy field is one field, but the poppy field's on two different lots. So if we zoom out, you can see the poppy field, and yeah, it's on lot number 3 and 4 is where that's at. Sam should have made it back to his food bowl, and there he is. Just doing circles as a yellow lab will. Horses should be doing fine. So, one thing I probably should do, and they're probably due for it, are... Yes, I need water. Water for the greenhouses would be good, but the sawmill is good. Cement factory is good. Oh, I was going to see on the dry corn. Dry corn, 3 cents. Oh, no, geez, that price is terrible. I don't know why I thought it was good this time of year. It's like really, really bad. The egg price is looking pretty good. I got like $16,000 worth of eggs. Let's grab the trailer down here where the Deutz is. We'll bring that back so I can load up some eggs. I'll probably sell the eggs in November, because that's when I keep forgetting eggs are great in November. But at least the trailer will be back there. And then we'll grab the water tanker and get the greenhouses full of water. And then we'll probably get back into the telecanner and start moving some more manure into the greenhouses also, while the harvest is going on. Well, unless the combine's full, then I'll have to go unload that first. Man, even though I don't even have the farmyard quite built yet, every time I come up the hill, I do like the way this farm is looking. Well, you know what they say, Branding, that pets take after their owners after a while, so are there any similarities going on there? The only way I can tell, again, we have the option of, when you're in the combine and unloading into a trailer, you can see how full the trailer is. How come when you're inside of a tractor and trailer unloading a combine, you can't see what's left in the combine, especially when you got the glitch going on? Yeah, that combine's empty. Alright, park that over here, back into the Deutz. You wish you had half her energy. I would agree with that myself too. And yep, the corn is ready for harvest, but we're going to wait until November when the sunflower is ready for harvest. Alright, that greenhouse is good to go. What crop is that? We were just we are harvesting poppy currently, which is a modded crop. It's very similar. I would compare it to like canola as a crop. The plant and growth time is very short. You got to plant it in like June and harvest it in October. And it yields, and the price wise is similar to canola, is what I want to say. Well, at least we haven't had much fog today down here by the chickens, so when we come down to the chicken coop and to refill the water, we get to see our little lovely swamp here. Alright, back to the greenhouses. This should top them off with ease. In you go. Only monocrop you like is alfalfa because we had that for range cows back in the day. I don't see, where I'm at, I don't see people growing alfalfa. But maybe up here in the northeast of the U.S., maybe the climate is too cold for it? I don't know. Just as I try to get involved into a job, Francine calls and says the combine's full again. Oop, right here. I do wish, though, poppy, when it blooms into flower, lasted about 2 months. I do like the looks of the sea of red of flowers that we have here when it blooms. But since I don't have any work to do in September, we kind of just blow right through the month. We don't get to see the Red Sea of poppy. That was in Montana. Well, I would assume Montana and where I'm at, we kind of have the same climate, temperature-wise. It's nice that we actually have money for her to be harvesting for us, and I can get some other work done. Sam's going to do his circles now in the farmyard. Alright, let's see if I can get some manure up to those greenhouses. That way when winter comes, we can pretty much zip on through the months. How much minus today we've been as low as like almost 50. Actually, probably 45 grand minus is I think what we reached. But again, if I need the money, we got it sitting around. I just don't want to sell the lettuce at this time of the year. If all goes well, by the time we get to February, we should have like 300 grand in lettuce sitting around. And then with all the crop that we're harvesting, poppy, we should have like $250,000, so. It'll be just like last winter was, where, you know, I don't want to say we struggle on the money, but winter will come, we'll sell a whole bunch of stuff. And then we'll spend on a whole bunch of stuff, so. The never-ending manure pile cracks up every time. Well, it's not technically never-ending. It is. It only shows so much. But last I checked, we had like 30,000 liters. Have to remember, streamers take farm sim to a different level than casual players do. I consider myself a casual player. And actually, I would like to see decay be a thing for crops or like lettuce or whatever. I mean, there have been refrigerated buildings as mods for a while. So, have to store the lettuce like a refrigerated system to make it last longer. Oh, the combine needs to be unloaded again. Alright. And decay was part of the seasons mod back in FS19. So if you left grass, hay, or straw in a field, as you passed each day or month or whatever you had it set for, that stuff would decay. Not all at once, but it had a rate that it would decay at. I would like to see that brought back. That wasn't a Giants thing, that was a modded thing. And it should be 16,200 liters, because that's what the combine holds. Actually, course play, I think, stops a little bit short. So that's fine. Back into this. I didn't see the pile reset itself, so it must be getting a little bit low on that manure. Well, I think it's just streamers don't follow the same strategies and whatnot. I think most players do the same thing, where you don't want to just keep doing this. If you do the same thing on every farm over and over again, to me, anyways, that sounds boring after a while. So you gotta change up the way you do things just to make it interesting. At least for myself. It's like on Shamburgo, I'm getting a lot of DMs on Discord saying, oh, if you want to make money, put down a greenhouse or do this. I'm like, I've done greenhouses. I didn't really want to do greenhouses here either, but financially, it's the only way that it's keeping me afloat and letting us progress. Every time I start a new series on a farm, I always try to figure out what can I do differently. And honestly, it is getting a little hard to try to figure out what you can do differently. Well, while she's still harvesting, I'm going to keep on taking that manure, and maybe we'll get it all cleaned out for the first time in a while. Yeah, the one challenge people want to see me do again, but I don't know, it just seemed like it was, after a while, it did get rather repetitive and boring. I think it was FS 19, I think it was 19 where I did the $55 million challenge of starting off on a farm with a $55 million debt and work our way out of it. But that would be to do so much easier now, because it'd be just like, hey, get a whole bunch of whole, like these greenhouses. Just get a whole bunch of greenhouses, fill them up with water, put them on direct selling, and so it don't be like you have to put some restrictions on yourself. At least I feel like I would, to do that challenge over. But I am thinking the next live stream series, not that I'm anywhere near of ending this one, but I am thinking the next live stream series we do might be a small farm, and do like we did on Solyndra, where we can't use anything over 200 horsepower, maybe. Right now I'm just throwing manure in random greenhouses until we use it all up. Been trying to do something like that, but don't know how to do that. I mean, the easiest way to do it, well, you could use the well, no, I don't think you could use the easy developer mod either. That would be, I mean, you can give yourself negative money, but you can't do it via a loan system. Yeah, you really have to get into the XML files to do something like that. Yep, I know the combine needs to be unloaded, but we got one more scoop of manure. Alright, that last little pile. There we go, got it all. Alright, that's all the manure for now. She's moving right along in the John Deere combine. So currently on the poppy, how are we doing? $150,000 worth of poppy that we've harvested so far. And I don't think it counts what's inside the trailer or the combine. It should be close to $250,000 worth of poppy once we get done. I did kind of say that this would be the last year that I put poppy in this field. But I might change my mind when next season comes. See how we're doing financially. Which is going to be pretty much, I think, where we are now. Because like that money that is sitting there, I definitely want to spend most of it. Modders get carried away with greenhouses. Greenhouse productions. But that's the thing. They are mods. So we do have the option to use them or not use them. Like when I get financially set here, I'm not going to have 3 greenhouses going just doing lettuce. I still owe like 2.5 mil, I think, on the loan. 2.4 million I still owe on the loan. At $17,500 per month is what I'm paying on that. Yeah, so the greenhouses should be good to go. Water's all good. Manure, that's good for like 2 years. Okay, not so much in that one. But they're good for a while, let's put it that way. Sawmill is good to go. Corn, we'll be harvesting corn next month. Cement factory, that should be good. Yeah, I did put the stones in this morning. I don't know about the cement production. It doesn't... boy, I don't know if I want to activate the mod that allows me... If I do activate the mod that allows me to increase the production... I'm just going to use it only in the cement production up to 300%, or maybe even just 200%. See how it goes. Speaking of how it goes, even though we were just here not long ago, our first house is being put down, if you will. Not our house. The mailboxes for the mod... I think I got to go down to here, factories, selling points. Yeah, it's just one mailbox. I think what we're going to do, because although it may cause a problem, I don't know how big the cell area is on a mailbox. Just trying to find this. Does it show me the trigger for it? No, it doesn't. We may just put down like a whole bunch of mailboxes in one area and then sell it to there. Or just put one mailbox in one residential area and we can deliver mail to whatever residential area we want to. Again, the post office is going to go right in here. And if you haven't seen the post office looks like... There we go. This is where the post office will go. I got to buy the land first. So between the post office and land, we're talking $150,000. So we should be able to do it this winter. Again, all I got to do is bring water to it. You can see the recipe. Water gets mail. And then the other thing we will need, at least it's part of the mod. I don't know if I could use a regular trailer, but you would need the post office delivery vehicle for $18,000. Now the tricky thing about this is it doesn't show how it loads. I don't know. I might be able to just use a regular flatbed deliver mail, but We'll probably go with a post office truck to make it look more official. Let's go ahead and unload the combine on the go. Man, it really sucks when you can't see the crop inside the combine because it's really hard to tell how full they are. But keep the combine moving. Might as well go all the way to the end of the row with her. So do you never take out a loan in the game, Branding, or do you just... Is that one of your pet peeves about Farming Simulator? No loans. Field always looks bigger after it's been harvested. So you're kind of like, well, I've done series with no loans and such things like that. But for the most part, as you know, when it comes down to like a series like this, I could care less how big the loan is. It'll get paid back eventually. Don't like taking out loans in Truck Sim either. I had no problem taking out a loan in the Realistic Economy series because at the beginning I was like, oh boy, this is going to be rough. But now here I am 300 episodes in to Truck Sim with the Realistic Economy series, and the business is doing all right. I think what I'm going to do is, because we're just about done and I have nothing else for myself to do, we'll say thank you, Francine, but I'll finish up the poppy harvest myself. Well, yeah, if you don't use Realistic Economy or something to that nature, you probably have more enough money than you know what to do with. I will be glad in ATS in that series when my loans are almost paid off. So yep, just about done with this harvest. And the combine did have a full tank, almost a full tank of fuel in it when I started today. We'll get these little pieces down here just because that's something I haven't done in ATS yet, is buy a used truck. And I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. I don't think I'll be starting a new profile in ATS for a very long time. Although even with realistic economy, my money in ATS is starting to come in at a pretty good rate. I mean, nothing like base game money, but from where it was at the beginning to the money coming in now, it's like, oh, almost once a week I can buy a truck. Well, I mean once a week. I mean once a week in game. Base game, if one of my on my original profile, if one driver completes a delivery, that almost can buy me a brand new truck. And I mean a truck. I think the biggest payout I saw in ATS on my original profile, I think one of my drivers well, I know I completed a load for like 350,000. I think one of my workers did a load for like 225. Someone wanted me to do a series on Farm Sim on easy economy. I don't know how I would handle myself if I did a series on easy economy. I mean, you guys have been here long enough. You know how, in Farm Sim, once I get money coming in faster than I know what to spend it on, I kind of lose interest in the series myself. Like, yeah, I got way too much money. I should say, in real life, I don't spend my money like I do in games. So... do I have any big spots of crop in this field? Looks like I got a little bit up here in this corner and this little strip here. That's about it. I heard buying a used truck in ATS and then repairing it, the cost that it is, you might as well just buy a new one. But I'm guessing that's probably not the case. Okay. Is this worth harvesting over here? All that for 32 liters. Yeah, I don't think it was worth harvesting. Not true. Kind of wish they had the used truck when I started the Realistic Economy series 4 years ago. Hard to believe that series has been going 4 years. Time is going by way too quickly. Drop that in there. This header I'm done with, so... we'll bring it over here and kind of give it a quick wash. And I'll wash the combine while it's here, though. I'm not done with it this year, but it's here. We'll give it a rinse. Just have to keep an eye on a good used one. I think I've only looked at the used trucks once when it came out in a patch. When it got introduced, and I haven't really looked at it since. Alright, combine is rinsed. Let's get this poppy into the silo. So, I mean, technically, I think last year I had $230,000 worth of poppy. I know I keep saying $250,000, but that's with our environmental score bonus. So, I think $230,000 is what we should have. 230, 240,000, somewhere in there. Now you want Power Wash the Sim to put out Farm Equipment DLC? Actually, this trailer could use a good wash. And our Fent. Sounds like you were playing the Price is Right there, Branding, looking for the right deal at the right time. Yeah, let me look at poppy, 225,000. So I think a little bit less than what I got last year, but that makes sense if I didn't put, if it doesn't have a fresh batch of lime on it. That's probably the reason. But just 2 more fields to harvest this harvesting season. It won't take us too long. We got the sunflower over here. That'll be ready next month. The corn is ready, but that'll still be ready for harvest next month as well when the sunflowers are. So might as well wait until next month where you can lease the corn/sunflower header and get them both done rather quickly. And then it's on through the winter months where things happen quickly. Money will climb. Money will decrease from purchasing things. And we should get the post office up and running. But I think that is where we are going to wrap it up for today, because I don't feel like I want to do any more harvesting today in the stream. Done quite a bit, even though Francine did the poppy field herself. But we did a lot of harvesting in the sorghum field and the poppy field too. But I know all the productions are ready to go, so we're ready to skip on through the months after we get the harvest done in November. And sure, the HP was not the best, but at least I had my own truck and not working for someone else. I didn't mind driving for other people in ATS because it allowed me to show off all the different types of trucks. The difficult part was every truck I got into, the shifting was going to be different because it had different gearboxes in it. That was the only thing. But anyways, as for today, we're going to wrap it up here. No stream tomorrow, but you will have an episode of Shamburgo out in the morning. If you ever need to watch it, if you're a channel member. But yeah, an episode of Shamburgo out tomorrow. I'll be back streaming Thursday. Yes, I should be fine streaming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. As for what I'll be streaming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, not sure as of yet. Currently, the only game I got is Farm Sim. Because we did complete Roadcraft. And unless I get any emails, I haven't got any emails yet today about some games. So have to wait and see what I'll be streaming on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So right now, I'm going to say Farm Sim on Thursday, but things can change. But that's when I'll be back streaming on Thursday. And like I said, tomorrow you will have an episode of Shamburgo on Farm Sim 25 that you can watch tomorrow. But anyways, I'm going to jump out of here. Appreciate everyone stopping in for a little bit of farming fun and getting some harvest done. We do have 10,000 in the bank account, so we did start the stream at negative 2,000, and we end up with 10,000 in the bank account. Slight progress, but we are paying off our loan as we go too. But yeah, I'm going to jump out of here. Appreciate everyone being here. Hopefully everyone had some fun, and hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. But until then, have a good one.